we're talking about character traits, and we're talking about how characters change over time. In the story we visited earlier, we talked about Big Al, and we noticed here that characters do change over time. At the beginning of the story, Big Al, we said he was nice, and then we thought about some other character traits that were synonyms of being nice. We said sweet, friendly, gentle, thoughtful, and wonderful. And then we noticed that Big Al, before the end of the story changed, we noticed that Big Al started to feel a different way. Somebody share with me how he felt lonely or why he felt lonely.
Because
he didn't have any friends. And when you think about that, how many of you have ever felt lonely, didn't have any friends, kind of felt by yourself? Did you relate to Big Al in the story? Or what you actually did was you made a text-to-self connection. The character in the story, Big Al, kind of reminded you a little bit about yourself. Or maybe you knew someone who they shared with you that they felt that way before. And then we noticed that something happened. There's always something that caused the character to change. At the end of the story, we noticed that he was happy. So I asked you, why was he happy at the end of the story? And you told me that because he saved some of the fish that were his friends. And you're absolutely right. Now tell me, why is that so important to that? What happened at the end of the story? Why is that so important that he saved the fish? What do you think would have probably happened if he didn't save the fish? What can you infer that would probably have happened? Maybe because we noticed in the story that the fish were getting ready to be caught into this large net, and Big Al showed what a good character and what a good citizen he was. He showed to step outside of what he looked like and not caring about himself, and he chose to use that to try to help others. Now, a part of the story made us think that he saved the fish, and then what did we think they were going to do for him?
Save him.
Well, some of you felt like they were going to save him because all of a sudden he got caught into the net. And then the story really didn't tell us that that the fish were going to save him. But we did notice that Big Al got tossed back into the sea. Why?
Because he was so scared. The fisherman was scared.
They were so scared of him. So if he would have been a good-looking, not so scary fish, do you think he would have gotten tossed back into the sea?
No.
Probably not. So because he saved the fish, the end of the story, notice now, at the end of the story, he was happy, helpful, proud, he was bold, brave, and he had friends now. At the beginning of the story, we noticed that he was still nice, so he's still nice, that didn't change, but he was lonely. Is he lonely now?
No.
No, because he has friends. What you guys are going to do is you're actually going to you have a book that you're reading in your groups now. You're going to fill out this organizer about the character in the story that you're reading. Some of you are going to work together with your partner. Now, partners on the other side of the same table will work on this character organizer. What you're going to do is you're going to talk about the character in the story. You're going to talk about some character traits that describe how the character is in the story and how the character was. You're going to give me some information that justifies how the character was. And then at the end of the story, you're going to tell me how the character changed. Here where the arrow is, you're going to tell me what caused that character to change in the story. Now, as you're working, I like to have a voice limit 1, which means it's a whisper. You can still use your book. Each one of your groups have different books that you're going to work on. So you want you to use the books that are within your group. I want you to also be listening as I call the rotations for your stations here. I want you to also be listening and paying attention when it's your turn to go to a different group. We're going to start off first with the writing station. Can I get the reading jaguars to get themselves ready to go there? If I can get the reading group here, you guys are going to read independently on the books in your book box or the books that you have there in your groups. Our buddy reading group, you're going to do, that's our superstar leaders. You guys are going to go to buddy reading at the back. My guided reading book, if you would bring the Underground Railroad to the back table so that we can get ready for guided reading. The reading page, that's our reading crew. You're going to work on that. And then also work on words. You're going to work on that. Don't forget to bring your writing journal and your pencil so that you're able to do your writing, working on your writing words there. Okay, please go ahead and move to your station.